I'm Randy Laurenz. I hunt in Midland County. I live in Midland County, Michigan. And this is a deer I shot on opening day of 2019. And the story, some of my buddies came out before deer season a few weeks, and they're gonna get ready to get their blinds ready and try to work on the deer trails and things. And so I was out there with them, helping them out, and they said they wanted to go to my deer stand, and I'm just in a ladder stand up against a tree. My original deer stand kind of deteriorated, so I've been there a few years now. And I told them that one day I want to build a nice shanty with a roof and windows, and kind of be a little more comfortable during deer season because it's a little chilly up there in the tree stand, just my ladder stand. And I told them I want to put it down this little trail a little ways. And they said, well, let's move your deer stand down there. I said, no, this is fine here. Well, they convinced me to move it down there. So opening morning, fairly early, most of the deer come from the south and out of the field, and they come north. This one was coming from the north, and he was following 4 doe. And as soon as I saw it, I thought, that's a shooter. And I put the gun up. I'm shooting Ruger 30-06, but because I had just moved the tree stand, I didn't have real good shooting paths yet. So I just kind of had to wait for him to get in the right spot where I could kind of fish a bullet through the trees. And one shot he ran, less than 100 yards, and then he dropped. And as I went to track him, he actually ran right underneath the deer stand where I was before. It was about a 140-yard shot, and he ran right, you could actually see the blood pretty much right underneath the tree where I was shooting before. I don't know if I would have stayed there, if it would have been a really close shot, if it had been a much easier shot, or maybe he would have known that I was there and he wouldn't have come by at all. I don't really know for sure. My dad and my brother both saw this during bow season, and there was a little bit out of range. My dad said it was about 100 yards away. My brother said about 60 yards away. They also saw it on trail cameras. Of course, they didn't tell me this until after I shot it.
You've ever shot?
Yeah, this is the biggest deer. I shot one 10-point before. This is, for Midland County, this is a pretty good sized deer.
Absolutely.
This is the biggest deer that's come from our property in our woods with any of our hunters. This is a good deer for our area. We've been following QDM for maybe close to 20 years, that we've been trying to let the smaller ones go, just shoot the bigger ones. We haven't been real strict on it. If a younger hunter wants to shoot a smaller buck, that's fine, we let them do that. But for most of us, we're gonna let the smaller ones go and try and get some bigger deer. I'd rather shoot a nice deer every 3 or 4 years and then shoot some doe in between, rather than shooting a small buck every year. And I know some people don't feel that way, and that's fine. But we're trying to get all the hunters in our group, and I think most people are buying into it now, and it seems to be working for us. We're also finding that shooting more doe actually helps the buck stay healthier, and we're seeing more buck now by shooting some more doe.